Read Global Truth. What's going on, man? What's up with y'all? What's up? Pound the like button on your way in. I see brothers and sisters rolling in. Florida, Judah, Max in the building. Let's see. Dexterous, Alicia's in the house. Truthful Purpose in the building. Young Jean, Jacqueline's in the house. All right. I see Gina in the building. Tatiana W. Man, what's up with y'all, man? I hope y'all feeling good, feeling great. Man, I just came through to give y'all some updates, man. There's been a lot of changes in the works. Yes, indeed. And I got to share these changes with y'all so y'all can get a greater understanding on our community initiative and what it's about and what it's not about, right? And some of the things I'm going to say, I'm going to sound a bit like a broken record because a lot of these sentiments I've already shared with you all. But one thing that I want to proclaim publicly, and I need y'all to hear me loud and clear. It's important that I come to the public with this message today. I am no longer associated or involved with the quote unquote Israelite community. And it's a bit of an oxymoron, even me saying that, because there's no such thing as an Israelite community. But there's a mirage of an Israelite community. I know that means a lot coming from me. I've been saying Shalom Israel my entire YouTube career. I've been saying that banner and that moniker, and I'm coming forward today saying I no longer am involved in the Israelite community. Yes, you heard it very clearly. Now, what you need to understand is, yes, I am a biblical Israelite. I believe in the Bible. I believe in the content thereof. But let's make this very clear as well. That's my personal beliefs. I'm on a new level right now. And this level is beyond my personal beliefs. You understand what I'm saying? My personal beliefs doesn't matter in this situation because we're building a community that has nothing to do with, a religious belief, personal beliefs, none of that. And I'm going to have to show you all over again what this initiative is about. All right. Now, thumb the video up if y'all just understood what I said. And put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me very clearly. Somebody says, does that mean you do not associate with the UNY flag? No, I do not associate with the UNY at all. Not only their flag, I don't associate with the UNY at all. All right, so cool. Everything is coming through clear. Absolutely great. Excellent. Nakia says she wants to understand real bad. Well, this is what we need to understand, right? The UNY, it doesn't, for those who don't know, it doesn't matter. If you don't know what it is, I answered that person's question. Let me just make this clear. I'm not associated with no camps, no congregations, no churches, none of it. This community initiative is a great opportunity for potential investors as well as people of like mind. This is what this platform is gearing towards, actually doing, not playing church, not playing religious games. This channel is more so geared towards doing. All right. Now that we understand, right? Now we got to talk about, somebody said not investors, LOL. Let me do you a favor. Oh, hold on. Let me do you a favor because you think it's a joke. Let's get that person out of there. See, I want to talk to people who about their business. and about purpose. All right. Now, let's get into some of the updates. Do I need to further explain what? Let me stop. Let me slow my roll for a minute. Now, I'm going to give you my reasoning for not being involved in the Israelite community as well, right? Because with this land initiative I'm working on, I've learned that what I've learned is that it makes more sense to outsource. It makes more sense to deal with the professionals. Aside from the brothers, the few brothers who have been promoting, speaking on the land initiative, I want to salute all the brothers who are bringing awareness to what we're building. Let me first off salute the brothers who bring in awareness and the brothers behind the scenes that are willing to help out. They know who they are. Um, Respect to you all for giving me certain information and all of that. So let me first off by show some respect for the people who are showing help. Let me see. Quincy Youngblood Judah says, I knew you was a fraud. Let me get you up out of here. Or I'll be blocking these people left and right. All you religious folks, you're going to get blocked. All you people who don't understand business and growth and don't understand what's going on right now, you will be blocked. And listen, the crazy part, y'all? I didn't even tell you why I'm not a part of the community yet. I haven't even gave my reasoning yet. Haven't even given y'all a reason. And already I'm gonna get attacked by these crazies who in their Bible all day but ain't building nothing. Who in their scriptures all day but ain't building nothing. Isn't that interesting? It's finna be a block party, ain't it? Oh, it's finna be a block party. Is it that kind of day today? It must be that kind of day today. Now, I'm going to make this clear why I'm no longer part of the Israelite community, right? The reason being is because I've been in this community building initiative, a part of something big and grand. And what I've realized is that our people would rather play church. They would rather be full of debate, strife. They would rather be a part of, you know, I don't even know how to word this. It's a spirit that's over a lot of people who are religious. And I realize that they're not going to actually take the initiative to actually live the Bible. They're not going to live the Bible. Um, there's a lot of just there's a lot of Pharisees, there's a lot of scribes, there's a lot of um, it's just a lot of I don't know how to say it. It's a lot of BS. It's a lot of BS, and I've realized that it's nearly impossible to try to do what it is that we're doing with our particular community. It is what it is. It's an impossibility. It's a religious spirit that people can't actually see the bigger picture a lot of the times. And things just I'm deciding to just distance myself from it altogether. Um, yeah, there's cherry picking. There's a lot of people who want to be cult leaders and lead with lead with just tyranny and wickedness. And there's a lot of just things that a lot of preeminence out there. It's just demonic to me. And I figured that the best course of action at this point to keep the integrity of what we're building is just publicly dissociate myself. I'm not a part of any community, Israelite community, none of that. The community we building is for people of like mind, people who are interested in off-grid camping, people who are interested in glamping, people who are interested in, you know, um, gardening and just different things, just people in general who are like minded. And I'm gonna explain the mission statement, right? So you can see if you are like minded and want to be involved in something like this. But far as the religious spirit, the quote unquote Israelite community, you know, we just not we're gonna limited potential farms has officially we're dissociating ourselves with that community, right? And it just is what it is. It's a move that needs to be made, and it's going to make a lot of sense to you when you understand what's being built. So there's no questions, right? And again, I'm a proud Israelite, meaning I know my nationality by blood, but I'm not a part of any communities. You understand? I'm not a part of any groups, camps, religions, churches. That's not what this is about, right? Now, now that that's clear, let's talk about some of these updates. I gave y'all my reasoning. I believe that makes a lot of sense. And also there's a lot of hypocrites. There's a lot of hypocrisy. There's a lot of false doctrines. There's a lot of nonsense, and I'm just not with it. I'm totally against it. So let's go. Now, let me see here. I want to show y'all some updates here. When you go into the newbreed.love page, I'm going to show y'all how to navigate this. If you look here, there's a QR code right here in this blue banner. It says become a supporter of New Breed Global Truth. This little tab right here says support the mission. This is where you go to get to the Unlimited Potential Farms page, right? And I'm going to break down what we're actually doing, is because, you know, sometimes we hear a lot of different voices on what's being said or what's going on with the land and what needs to be done there. And I need to make it clear what this initiative is. All right. It needs to be perfectly clear for your understanding. And I want everybody to like the video because this is very important information that I'm about to put out. All right. Now it reads Unlimited Potential Farm Initiatives. The initiative of Unlimited Potential Farms is to create a sanctuary for the undeserved community, offering opportunities for individuals to build alongside like-minded people in an alternative communal space. Located on 115 acres in Fairmount, North Carolina, the farm aims to support sustainable initiatives while providing supportive environment for collaborative growths. Professionals handle building the large-scale framing task. Now, I want to stop here because you need to understand what this is saying. It says the farm aim to support sustainable initiative with providing a supportive environment for collaborative growths. For collaborative growths. So all of this, what we need to be doing, if you're interested in this, we don't want to hear people saying what we need to do. This particular initiative will have an area where you can actually put in your own proposal to see what you want to do on the land. How many of you understood that? Collaborative growth means you're building something on the land. We're getting professional help on a lot of things. And how many of you understood the legalities of what I just said? By show of ones in the chat, I need to make sure y'all understanding this for everybody who wants to be involved. Meaning, if you have a project that you want to put on the land, you can put your proposal on the table. It's no more New Breed, you need to do this. You with Desire, you need to do that. If y'all gonna roll this out, y'all should do it like that, or y'all should do it like this. This is for collaborative growths. Do you understand me? So if you have a proposal on the table, you would be able to chalk that out and we can negotiate your proposal. All right, so everybody understands. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. It goes on to say professionals handle building and large scale framing tasks, while the community, including the new breed love supporters, support these efforts through volunteer work and fundraising. The ultimate goal is to keep the farm thriving and to invite individuals with innovative ideas to contribute to its success. So, the way you can support is you can offer a helping hand, meaning if there's a project you want to be involved with, that's your way of supporting if you don't want to support monetarily. Do you understand? This is what this is saying. Either you want to support monetarily or you want to support the initiative by actually getting involved. All right. Helping build, plant gardens, whatever the case may be. Right. And also, if you see here, there's a contribute tab. When you click here, it goes directly to my Cash App. It's easy to support it. New Breed Global Truth 77. All these funds will go towards the land initiative. All right. And this is what's going on. All right. So let's make that very clear. Now, we gotta talk about the phases of all of this. So you can understand how this works. And I'm gonna break this down to you all. Now, let me take me a sip of water here. And everybody, again, pound the like button. This is very important information. Very important information. Somebody, let me get rid of this person. Let's go. Now, let me blow the screen up so you all can see this here. All right. Phase one, to foster community engagement and secure sustainable funding for our long-term aspirations. We're developing a dedicated tent and RV park. This space will be the gateway for enthusiasts seeking short or extended stays amidst the serene surroundings. Your funding will support efforts towards electric, septic, water, shower houses, and related services. So we on phase one at the moment. What we're doing is we're setting up an oasis for tents and RVs. Y'all can we're gonna be opening up the park soon for people to come visit, set up their RV, set up their tents, enjoy themselves. We're gonna have, let me tell you, when you come out there, there's gonna be vendors out there. There will be vendors there. Myself, I'm going to having a food truck out there as well. Um, and it's going to be jamborees. It's going to be a good time for these camping trips. And we're going to keep everybody posted on the camping trip. And for the person that said for free, absolutely not. Once the park is open, it will not be for free. Um, and if we do allow free access, um, of course, you will end up, there. You'll be spending on the food trucks or the various vendors. We'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. But it's a little bit too close to tell you if it's going to be free. But there will be fundraiser events available. So understand what's happening here. There will be fundraiser events available. We talking about everything from concerts to jamborees to movie nights. You name it, this is what we're going to be doing, right? Phase two, sustainable agriculture and community nourishment. Champion a natural and an integrated lifestyle, we aim to establish a thriving farm to table ecosystem by cultivating our own produce and generating community centric revenue. We also pave the way for job opportunities that resonate with our values. So we will be creating different streams of revenue that will include becoming self-sustainable, self-efficient, and it will be very needed in this day and age and this time. Um, you can come regardless of your personal beliefs, your religious background, your upbringing. We welcome all people. I say again, we welcome all people to get involved. So feel free, every nation, color, kindred, creed. We welcome you on our camping trips, our excursions, and potential investors, people who are just interested in the opportunity, getting involved. You know, come on, come one, come all. All right, come one, come all. All right, it says phase three, wellness in Haven, recreational paradise. At the heart of well being lies community and nature harnessing. The therapeutic essence of the outdoors, we're curating diverse programs to inspire active participation in holistic wellness among all members. Now, we will be having wellness retreats where we will, we'll have certain recreational activity. There's a lot of space there. So if there's individuals who want to put up basketball courts, if you want to put a football field, take 100 yards. If you're a potential individual who want to help put up a park, you want to invest in that, reach out, reach out to reach out through the website. You can remain anonymous if you want to show your support to the initiative. But this is all going towards a self-sustainable community that will have a number of different activities that can be done. Everything from hunting, we'll be doing hunting. We'll do fishing trips. We're only 1 hour from Myrtle Beach, and it's going to be an amazing time, y'all. And I'm telling you, by this summer, by June, y'all going to see a lot of movements on the field. Y'all going to see a lot of us, networking with some very important people. This is what we're doing here, and there's going to be a lot of upgrades. There's a lot of moves being made. Now, let's continue. For the person who said, what about our second Exodus? Again, we're not dealing with a religious group. Please, this is what I need y'all to do in the chat. I understand that let me just stop here at phase three and just explain something to you. I understand that I've been an active person in the Israelite community for a number of years. And this may be an abrupt change in my direction. But I need to make this very, very clear. I need you all to separate church and state. I need you all to understand that this is business. This is something that is for people who are like mine, that is going to be a wonderful thing. Y'all got to understand, this is for people who really understand the value of land. And it's very important that you focus on the here and now and get out of that religious spirit. Half of the people talking about a second Exodus and talking about this and talking about that, half of the people don't know what they're talking about. All right. It's just a bunch of religious people quoting scripture, just talking. They don't even believe half the things they saying. All right. This is why I am separating myself from that community. They don't even believe most of the stuff they're saying. You know why? Because they don't have action. Aside from the very few, brothers who are, bringing awareness to our initiative, the brothers who are involved behind the scenes, the brothers who are helpful, aside from the very few out of this huge community that everybody's supposed to be a part of, there's only a select few who are spreading awareness and helping with this initiative. There's only a very few who believe in this initiative. So therefore, we're forced to outsource and deal with a whole nother demographic We want you people who just are about that action. You understand? We want people who are about that action, straight up like that, flat out. So please separate your religious ideologies and your beliefs from real motion. When you see real motion happening, when you see real things happening, you need to learn how to separate what you've been taught in these camps from real work being done. So it goes on to say, and I'll read phase 4. Phase 4. Echo Enclave Yurt Minimalist Living Community. Our vision extends to crafting a harmonious, self-reliant community for those passionate about distinctive, sustainable homes. From yurts and teeny homes to rustic cabins and innovative traditional homes. We're shaping a unique enclave for off-grid enthusiasts. Now, the vision of this community will be there will be a portion for camping, glamping, and there will be a portion for R and included with an RV park, right? There'll also be a portion that will have teeny homes, different livable structures of your liking. And this is why, if you have a proposal that you would like to put on the land, we're going to give you the option to reach out. So it's no more, y'all need to do this, y'all need to do that, y'all need to do this. Whoever's interested in the development phases of this, you have ample opportunity to get involved, right? You can get involved. You tell us what your proposal is. We'll go over your proposal and see if it makes sense, and then we'll allow you to reside on our land. That's how this is how it's going to work, or reside on the land. Now, far as those who want, you know, inheritance, things like that, things that you want to um, pass down to generations. If you really want to get involved, meaning you want to live there, again, it still stands that we will, and this is for business purposes, I'm explaining this. It still stands that we will do those notarized ledgers that give you lifetime access to the land. So it won't, if you are a real investor doing work, building business, building a home there, an actual home where you want to live there will still be things in the works, paperwork, so you just can't get booted out of your home. All right. By show of ones, does this make sense to everybody? Do you understand what's going on? We will be establishing a trust system as well for those who want to be there, live there, long term, or whatever the case may be. All right, cool. Everybody gets it. All right, all praises, all praises. All right. So let me go here and show you some things what we got going on here. A little bit of footage. And this one doesn't have the sound on it. Oh yeah, it does have sound. No, this one doesn't have the sound, but you get a visual of the work already being done. And again, all you got to do is go to newbreed.love, support this mission. And as you can see, we got our hunting, excursions, training, you name it. We've been on the field doing it. The children are welcome. Of course, this is our vendors. Again, there will be vendors out there. So as you can see, we have the tea. I forget what the name of the tea is. If y'all know the name of this tea company, put it in the chat. I got so much on my mind right now, so much being done right now behind the scenes, so much networking. But as you can see, there will be vendors out there. Clean and lawful products is what it's called. And this is what we have going on here. And chariot teas. It's called chariot tea. Thank you, family. I appreciate it. Chariot teas. And you can also find chariot teas on newbreed.love as well. Right. So, I mean, this is what we got going on here. Of course, you got some of the streams that's more informative. The streams are right here online. The land walk is online. The streams where we're breaking down more information are right here. So if you're really interested in getting more details, as you can see, there's 3 streams right here. Well, one of them is a land walk. The other is 2 streams where we are really going in and speaking about the initiative. So you can get your questions answered. Now, and as you can see, these are ways you can contribute. And all of your efforts towards love notes, and we're going to explain to you all how the love note has fueled the community so far. Let's get into some of these things because y'all need to understand what's really happening here. Building a brighter future with love. Let's go here. So we got some information. Really go here and look at the statistics and the details, man. There's been a lot of work put into this site. Now let's talk a little bit about how Love Note contributions have helped funded what we have so far. Love Note contributions serve as the lifeblood of our community and land development projects. These funds allow us to invest in vital infrastructures, educational programs, and health services that uplift communities facing various challenges, whether it's addressing food insecurity, creating job opportunities, or enhancing educational resources. So, and it goes into a whole spew on home ownership and giving you some of the ratings that's going on here in the country right now, and why it's important to be self-sustainable, why it's important to have our own economy. It's important that we have our own ecosystem, and that's what newbreed.love does. It actually creates our own ecosystem, right, to help others. And as some of you all know, we were able to do a lot of things using love notes. It essentially acted as a currency during a lot of disasters. One disaster in particular, the Ohio train derailment. We were able, using the love note system, to supply water, clean water, to those individuals who were love note holders. So, it does go into some philanthropic work as well to help do what we're doing. And now I need to show you brothers how y'all can get involved. You're with Desire. If you want to join in, I'm gonna share the link because I know you know how to navigate the site very well. If you have the time at the moment, because I want you to show how they can get involved and sign up, as well as chime in with this particular conversation. I'll be sharing the link right here. So for the record, again, I'm no longer a part of what you would call the Israelite community. I'm only associating with serious-minded people who are about action. And that's just what it is. And I'm actually looking for the link for the WhatsApp group because I believe there's a link for those who want to get involved with the WhatsApp group. And we're going to be putting together a meeting tonight as well. There will be a meeting tonight for all the brothers who are a part of the initiative, all the brothers in the WhatsApp group. There'll be a Zoom meeting. Listen, I don't have time to reach out to each and every brother. I don't have time to call every brother to make sure y'all available for the meeting. You brothers should be watching this stream right here because it's pertinent information here. And you should know, I'm gonna announce this in a WhatsApp group as well. I'm gonna share it in the WhatsApp group. So I expect you brothers, to show up. I don't have time to reach out to everybody. All right, let's go. Hold
Shalom,
on.
shalom.
Hey, Shalom, what's going on, Elder? What's going on?
Oh man, doing good, doing good.
Yes,
Man,
sir. Yes, sir. Yep.
this is a really positive stream, man. I'm happy that you brought me on, and yeah.
Absolutely.
So looks like we're trying to show brothers and sisters how they can get involved in different places that they can navigate to, right?
Yes, sir. And for those who ready to sign up, because I know you have the WhatsApp link here, but I know you navigate this a little bit different than me. Um,
Yeah. So going to the home page. If you can navigate to the home page.
yes, sir.
Most of you that are just coming to the website, you may be trying to figure out how you can be able to get involved. So that support the mission
Mm-hmm.
link there. Just go ahead and click on that, and this takes you directly to our first page. Now,
Mm-hmm.
this page is going to give you the overview that Newbury just went over. And if you scroll down a little bit more, and where it says pros and volunteers. So we know that we have professionals in the community
Mm-hmm.
that are able to get involved and have various of skills. But we do understand that there's people that have skill sets outside of land development, agriculture, or husbandry. And we're interested in working with as many brothers and sisters as possible that want to take the opportunity to be a part of the invitation that Unlimited Potential Farms has awarded to all of us. So where it says work with us, you can click on that button there right under.
All right.
So
Work with.
under pros and volunteers, work with us. Now it takes you to this here page for the individuals that are ready to work with us. And when you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's a form there.
Okay,
And
cool.
a number of brothers and sisters have filled out this form already. You should receive an email for all of our events, whether it's online or in person, notifying you about the things that we're going to be doing. And it also will give you an opportunity to be a part of our meetings as well. So if you have not received anything, it's just because a meeting has not been set yet. And since now New Breed is announcing that a new meeting is set, so you should all receive an email soon about that. But
Yeah.
also anyone that fills out this form and you're interested in participating in various ways, you should fill out this form, and it will give you the link to the private chat. That private chat is the chat that most brothers and sisters are in at this moment. That's focused on building efforts with Unlimited Potential Farms. Uh, Pretty much what we are looking for are brothers that may have certain skill sets, and we may group certain brothers up with other brothers that have similar skill sets and other private chats, so that we can go ahead and plan out things and strategize things according to our phases that is outlined. And so this is the way that you can get involved. In addition to that, there are some links on that previous page for the contributions, because of course, with any project out there, you must have a budget, you must have a plan. And we are in the planning and development phase. Um, since we have our plans laid out, of course, we need to develop a proper budget. And so that's what New Breed has been utilizing his platform to do, um, and driving more traffic to this particular subject. So, we have a grand opportunity to do some fantastic things, and I'm really excited about what I've heard thus far.
Absolutely. All praises. And you know, we man, this is a beautiful initiative. And you know, aside from the religious stuff and all of that,
Yeah,
we just really want like-minded people to be involved. People who
Right.
are just good people who understand the importance of a project such as this one. And I believe y'all have all of the access you need to get involved. Somebody in the chat asked, could you send me the link and what's the website? So it's on newbreed.love.
Yep.
And then when you go on newbreed.love, again, I'm gonna show you again here. When you go to newbreed.love, the homepage, there's there's a the link here that says support the mission. You click on support the mission,
Hmm.
and if you go to pros and volunteers and you are interested in really getting involved, or you have a project proposal, let me just take a moment and read these out so you can understand, get a real clear picture of this. Contribute. Every dollar counts towards the effort. Makes a change. Your monetary contributions. New Breed currently is accepting donations through Cash App. So then you can click here and you can go directly to the Cash App to support. Um, Attend events. You have somewhere you can actually click on subscribe to see when we're going to have events. So you can be up to date. So you should frequent the website, seeing when we're going to gather, knowing when the park is open, and you can go. So it's all here laid out for you. Now,
Hmm.
project proposal. Now, this part is very important. Are you interested in starting a business on the land and building a livable structure? Please submit your comprehensive concept or idea. Now, I hear a lot of people talking, saying what we need to be doing.
Yeah.
You brothers should do this that way. Y'all should be doing it that way. Y'all should do it this way. Or if y'all gonna propose this, make sure it's like that. Listen, we cannot have that. That's not how this works. I don't think people understanding what this initiative is about. You need to fill out your project proposal, come with things laid out on the table, what you trying to do on the land, and we
Right.
can go over it from there. Do
Right. And
everybody understand that? Mhm.
if I may chime in as well,
Absolutely.
this is exactly what we have to do as individuals. Anything that we want to do on the land, whether it's myself, New Breed, or anyone else, we have to come as men and say, hey, this is a plan that we have. This is the proposal that we have on the table. This is the budget that we've raised for this particular project. Because again, we're not the primary owners of the land. There is a land purchaser. And based off of what he said, that the land belongs to the people. Now, does that mean that the people could just come there and just willy-nilly just do a bunch of random stuff? No, that's not something that's allowed. That's against the regulations of unlimited potential farms. And so anything that myself, New Breed, or anyone else has done on the land thus far, we've all had a plan and etched out that plan and showed the budget, showed how it made sense. And then once everybody is in agreement, then we can go ahead and move on such a project. So
Mhm.
if there's someone out there that say you have already started doing the work to get a tiny house, you've already got approved for the loan, you already got it all picked out. All you need to be able to do is at this point is just deliver it somewhere that you
Mhm.
want to stay in. You want to stay in the land in North Carolina. We just need to see and have a meeting with you. See what your idea is, what your thoughts are, and just go ahead and make that happen and make sure that an agreement is struck up between um, Unlimited Potential Farms LLC and yourself. So
Right.
that's just plain and simple. If you're
Exactly.
someone that want to start a business on the
Mhm.
land and you have something comprehensive, some type of agriculture business, um, studio, whatever it is that you want to do, you want to shoot a movie on the land, whatever it is that you want to do,
Yep.
we just need to see a comprehensive proposal so that all of the key players that are part of Unlimited Potential Farms and the success of Unlimited Potential Farms, that we can all take a look at it and say, okay, yeah, this makes sense. How can we support you in your project? Because it's not our project. We are just being stewards and just making sure that Unlimited Potential Farms can thrive to the best of its ability with our support, help, resources, fundraising, volunteering. That's what we're here to do. And so
Right.
if anyone has a proposal idea, that's where you take it. We're not here to build it all for you and then you come and just take a look and see what you like. And if you what you don't like, build what you like. That's what it
Yep.
is all about.
Absolutely. And now we got pros and volunteers. Are you a pro and want to help? We need you to do we need, it says, we need you, or do you have skill sets outside of land building and agriculture and want to be a helping hand? So you can work with us. And that goes for like, even if you are putting out, um, maybe you do something online that can help. I mean, the possibilities are limitless. It's not just contractor work. It's not just building. Like if you have ideas and you just want to volunteer, you want to help out with certain things, you know, look, work with us, click on it, work with us, and then get involved. Um, I'll let you go ahead and chime in on that as well. Bam.
Yeah. As far as the project proposal, I just wanted to say this. There's going to be a separate form for that. It's still in the works. But as far as the pros and the volunteers, as I said, everyone that's wants to come be a part of this here, a lot of people have a lot of different skill sets. We understand that. We don't want anybody to feel left out. Being as though that we're in the current phase that we're in, um, it, some people are going to be more useful now
Mhm.
and may not be as useful later. So whoever you are out there that you have skills and you've been looking on the sideline and thinking about how you can get involved and you have great ideas and you can contribute to the overall work that we're doing because this whole thing that New Breed is doing, it really is a platform that is supporting the growth of Unlimited Potential Farms and thus giving all of us the opportunity to be able to uh, thrive in a space where we are around other like-minded brothers and sisters.
Right.
It cannot happen if the people are not able to gather together and build out the foundational framework for it to happen. And what do I mean by that? As of right now, there are individuals on the land that made a choice to say, you know what, I'm
Mhm.
just going to go get a tiny home and put it on the land. And when they did that, it was as simple as that. They talked with the land purchaser, a couple of other brothers. Hey, I want to put this tiny house on the land, and it
Mhm.
was done. It was no meetings, a whole bunch of meetings. It was a whole bunch of paperwork, a whole bunch of streams. It was just a person that had an idea of what they wanted to do, and they went ahead and did it.
Did it. Yep.
The same thing with other people that have RVs on the land that come and stay there from time to time. So we are trying to make sure that when other brothers and sisters who may not have an RV, who may not be able to afford a tiny house, who they just want to be able to get off grid, hunker down for a bit. We want to make sure that there's water, electric, septic there, shower houses, things like that, so that brothers and sisters that are coming to the land are comfortable. And the only way that we can do that is to raise the money for those particular things as needed.
Hmm.
But there are brothers out there that actually have some ideas that'll help us even with things like that to make it even more simple. So we're going to keep at it until at least phase one is done.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
and
And
did you go through the phases already?
yes, I did. Yep. I went through
Okay.
the phases. And but if you would like to kind of we can reiterate on some of those phases. But here we go. Um,
Yeah,
so
so I mean, it's pretty straightforward, and I
mhm.
just want everybody to understand that um as I said, anybody right now, any one of you right now can choose to come to the land if you already have something rock solid that you know that you're going to be staying on the land, rather that's a business or a livable structure. That's
Mhm.
that's just plain and simple. It's always been an invitation, has always been open to anyone who wants to come to the land. That's always been the case. But some people may not have the means, and that's the reason why phase one is so imperative. We want to be able to have the opportunity for people to take showers on the land,
Right.
and not have to travel out, away from the land to go and take a shower.
Right.
Of course, going to the bathroom is more simple. A lot of people may just decide to go outside, but if we don't have to do that, we won't. We
Right.
want to be able to build those private, clean spaces so that people can be able to camp out, stay in their RV, and have some be able to go take a hot shower and go to the bathroom in peace, right? And so, just those three things are needed for us to complete, which is the electric throughout the land, water throughout the land. We already have a water well there, and actually about to install a second water well already, um, and then septic, so that things stay clean throughout the land. We don't want
Hmm.
people to just be going to bathroom everywhere around the land. That'll be just weird. You posting up somewhere and don't know
Right. Yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
that's the section you shouldn't go.
And we definitely gonna have that all established for y'all before y'all go to the land. You'll have the septic, you have all those things prepared, but it's up to you all to support so we can make sure that happens sooner than later. Um,
Right.
when the next time when when we do our next land walk workshop and get some things done, we hoping that you brothers and sisters who've been watching the platform can pitch in to make sure that we get those things needed. Um, you'll see where your dollar is going because you're going to see the land developing, and that's the thing. So it does take it takes revenue, it takes finances. We can't do nothing without a budget. So this is why we oblige you to come contribute. The Cash App is there. Um, it's the right thing to do as far as getting something sustainable. I'm not going to throw no religious jargon out there, but 101s know what time we in. And it's just time with looking at this current climate of society, it's time for something like this. I'll just leave that at that. It's time for something like this for people in general, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, I know that we all know that it's past due time, and this is not something that I would say is we're doing something extreme or out of the ordinary. We're
Mhm.
already living in the extreme and out of the ordinary. This lifestyle that we all are living right now is not natural. Everything around us is has man-made structures and concepts that put us into these tiny boxes that we are not able to explore our unlimited potential. And so that's what's we're not doing something that is like avant-garde or just out of the ordinary. We're actually going back to what is ordinary, and that's what's great about this. And a lot of people have enjoyed these type of lifestyle. Many of us have not. I grew up in Philadelphia. It's a concrete jungle. I
Mhm.
never been able to experience the great outdoors until my dad moved to where the Amish people live. And when I was able to see how the Amish people live, I realized that that was a life that I wanted to be able to live. I didn't want to live, every single day in the concrete jungle. You never get a
Right.
chance to experience real life that way. And not to say there's anything wrong with that, but a lot of young people don't get to explore. A lot of adults have never been able to explore and just be able to see what it's like to just live natural. So
Exactly. And there's a question says, can you celebrate Feast of Tabernacle there? Listen, you could do whatever you want to do in the privacy of your own home.
right,
Um, Unlimited Potentials is a place of unlimited potentials. And what I mean by that is, and I'm gonna repeat this, something that Yawitazai said in a former stream, that if you want to go there just to start a business and then go buy your own land or live elsewhere, but you have a business on the land, put your proposal in. So we're not adding no restrictions. Religion has nothing to do with this. This is what I'm trying to get across here. Religion has nothing to do with what's being built here. And to add on to what Yawitazai just said, you know, just looking at the housing market right now, and looking at what's going on, fundamentally, it makes more sense to purchase yourself a livable structure. And I mean, the amount that you would spend on buying more than one livable structure, if need be, would in this lifetime, you have to be a neural brain surgeon to save up to get a house nowadays. We talking about a quarter, we talking about quarter to 75, 750K for a house to a
Yeah.
meal in New York. Just a regular mundane house, we talking about a whole cool $1,000,000. So anybody who's thinking logically right now would say, hey, you know what, this may be a good opportunity, save up, or maybe even, you know, sell some things and, you know, liquidate some assets and do something that's more tangible, reasonable, and that makes sense for you. So the idea is just to think outside the box of what you want to do, you know, either
Yeah.
livable structure or business or both. We hoping there's some proposals we'll see where somebody's saying, I want a business and a home here. And this is
Yep.
my proposal, how I want it to be done.
Yep.
And have your plan in motion.
Man, I mean, somebody came forward like that. That would be such a huge progress for all of the land, for everybody. Because if you decide to get something like that built, the city will just come and string up electricity just for that one house alone, or that
Yep.
one business alone. So that actually helps all of us. You know, so yeah, you know, this is definitely something that, as far as phase one is concerned, this is just a launch pad for anybody that wants to be able to step into alternative living, self-sustainable living. And we encourage everyone that's coming forward to work towards having a debt-free life,
Mm-hmm.
work towards having a life that's private and privatized. And what that pretty much means is, you know, if you decide that you're coming to the land and you decide to, let's say, sign a contract with a bank for $250,000, you know, that's not something that we would recommend that you do, but that's your business, you
Right.
know, and that's what you choose to do.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us that are going to the land are going to the land to stay in the private, and also remain debt free. And it's given us an opportunity to save up our own money and be able to go buy 100 acres of land ourselves.
Yep.
And then once you there on your acres of land, you could do whatever you want to do. You know, we're not here to tell people, you know, what to do on the land and what they can't do on the land. But just like any other land, there are laws and rules that have to be followed. We
Mm-hmm.
have to follow the laws and the rules of the land. That's what we have to do here. Now, the land is private, but of course, you know, it's a part of the county that it's in. And so there's laws and regulations that go on there. And people are just supposed to be adhering to that. Now, as some people have asked about, hey, you know, can we do these here, you know, whatever religious ceremonial practices that you want to do? Hey,
Right.
you can go to a local park and do any of that anywhere else. You could do it at Unlimited Potential Farms too. That's your choice. We're not there to dictate how the way you choose to do that whatsoever.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
yeah,
And I want to thank King Connect for the support. Says, I see the movement is about men of truth establishing something for themselves, just like every other kind of man does. Religion is not the equation.
right.
Absolutely. Religion is not the equation. I appreciate the support as well. From Benjamin says, well, will there be background checks to ensure the safety of the people? Is there opportunity for people outside of America to be a part of this in the future? I think you're well, I'm gonna allow you with desire to answer that, and then I'll reinforce something. But go ahead.
Yeah, so we definitely, because it is private land, we want to be able to only gather with like-minded people. So we do absolutely want to know who everyone is.
Yep.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, we want more like-minded people to be a part of the community than anyone else. And so, of course, there, you know, just like any place that you go to live, there is some level of background checking that's going on. We need to know who you are. We're not just allowing any
Mm.
rando to come and live and be in the community. for a time we were utilizing the United Nation of Israel IDs, um, but in recent changes, we're not so much focused on that. If someone comes with an ID, then we can be able to verify who you are and be able to run a background check. That makes things a whole lot easier for us, of course. So absolutely, security on this land is optimal. As far as priority goes, we want that to be optimal. And so, of course, we're going to be making sure that local authorities, if somebody want to come there and act up, hey, we just call local authorities and let them deal with you, because we're not police, and we're
Right.
not trying to be police either. We're just trying to live somewhere peacefully, and enjoy the food that's growing off of the land and enjoy fellowship. That's all we're trying to do. So if someone want to come there and be a criminal or do something wild, hey, just like any place else, 911. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's just the reality. I mean, that we don't, of course, ever want to want things to go to that. We don't ever want things to come to that at all. And of course, just like anywhere else, if I was in a neighborhood in Philly and I got some young men on the block acting out and police need to be called, I'm going to try to talk things down first. I'm going to try to de-escalate some things first, because I don't want to see those brothers jammed up. But
Right.
as you all know, dealing with our people, sometimes things get out of hand, and police need to be called. So that's just the reality of it. What else can we do? We're not going to play police with the people. We want to make sure that everybody feels safe, everybody feels comfortable, and people feel respected. And that's just what it is.
Absolutely. And that's very well said. I think he answered that to a T. And if there's not any more questions, I guess we can pretty much close out. I wanted to bring this forward and let you know that this is not a religious organization. This is not a cult. This is a real um, community with rules, regulations, boundaries. This is somewhere where you can really take advantage of a great opportunity in a time where there's a lot going on in the world. But if you focused on your business and your mindset is right, this is something you should want to be a part of. So
Yeah.
we welcome all people who are just like-minded. And I just wanted to put that out there. Do you have any closing sentiments?
Yeah, no, I just think that the headline that you put, is so poignant right now in this day and time. As far as not being a part of the Israelite community, I know it's not a surprise to many people here, but I too am renouncing my affiliation with the Hebrew Israelite community for various reasons. That doesn't mean that I don't know who I am. That doesn't mean that I don't know what my responsibility to the Most High is. I still stand on all of that, but I do not stand with people in the Israelite community for a number of reasons. The Hebrew Israelite religious community, uh,
Right.
I will rather say, and just to correct things and make things clear. I'm not a part of any kind of religious movement, community. Not a part of any of that. I'm a brother that's out here just trying to uh, live the highest quality of life that I can live for my father and for my family, and for the people around me. And that's just all there is to it. So absolutely, I'm with you, brother.
Man.
I'm renouncing any affiliation with all of that. As of today, people know I've been on that for a minute as well. I just haven't said it as clear as that. But I thank you for your boldness, brother New Breed, and prayerfully, a lot of other brothers and sisters will get that memo and pull away from the community as well. I've been around this community for long enough to know that it just hasn't been fruitful. And, I don't want to be a part of anything like that. So,
Man, that's pivotal information, and man, this is actually a blessing, and
it
and
is.
and it's time. It's time. So it's time for the like-minded to unite. That's all that means, y'all. But thank you, brother. I appreciate you coming on. I'm gonna go ahead and
Thank you for
close
having me.
out. All right, absolutely. To everybody watching, y'all have a blessed one. Make sure y'all support and subscribe to Congregation of the Mighty as well, y'all. Peace.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Peace.